me today is Dr. Louis Caruso from Jackson Purchase Medical Center, and we're going to be talking about how to take care of your heart after eating all those holiday meals. Dr. Caruso, you ready to get started?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Let's talk about this thing called cholesterol. What do we need to be worried about with our cholesterol?
Well, cholesterol is obviously a important risk factor for development of atherosclerotic disease, whether it's in the heart, in the brain, in the carotid arteries, or in the legs. You know, a lot of patients will come to the office and basically, oh, I had my cholesterol drawn and it was just, quote, a tad above normal. Cholesterol is not something that you can read off the lab results like the glucose or the sodium or the potassium. A lot of it has to do with what your risk factor profile is, or if you have documented vascular disease. So, for example, if a patient had stents or bypass surgery and their bad cholesterol, the LDL, is 90, it falls below what the lab value is of 99, but that would be completely unacceptable for a patient with documented vascular disease. You know, we would want to push that bad cholesterol actually below 50. So if we actually look at what is normal, there's really no answer for that. You have to gauge that depending upon what your risk profile is. And we use something called the ASCVD score from the American College of Cardiology to really determine who needs cholesterol medicine versus who does not, or who needs more potential risk factor modification and further assessment.
So you look at the big picture and not
we
just
look at the big picture, correct, not the absolute lab value, although again, if you have documented vascular disease, we like push that bad cholesterol down below 50.
That makes perfect sense. Now, let's talk about that thing creeping in, hypertension or high blood pressure. How do we need to monitor that to ensure that it's not a silent problem?
Well, hypertension is certainly a risk factor for the development of vascular disease, as well as stroke, kidney disease, congestive heart failure. So you really need to be aware of your blood pressure. A lot of patients take their blood pressures at home, but again, a lot of risk factor modification is necessary. Diet, weight, exercise, and if there's obviously questions about what the normal blood pressure should be and so on, we always want to see that blood pressure in the 120, less than 130, and potentially in the 120s, over 80 or below.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Dr. Caruso. And if you would like to revisit this segment of Family Health Experts, log on to WPSDlocal6.com/Family Health Experts.
All right, thank you, Robin. We finish with a look at last night. Early this morning, everyone knows about the New Year's Eve ball drop in New York City's Times Square, but other cities have their countdown traditions. In Atlanta, they celebrate the new year, and Georgia being the peach state, with this giant peach drop along with fireworks. And with Nashville being Music City, what else would drop there but a giant musical note to ring in the year 2025, all part of Nashville's Big Bash New Year's Eve event. Some people plan to ring in the new year on a very sober note. Giving up alcohol for a healthier lifestyle is how many want to start 2025. January is when the national campaign called Dry January starts. Thelma Hunter with Four Rivers Behavioral Health in Paducah tells us if you plan to stop drinking, you can seek out non-alcoholic drinks like mocktails, sparkling waters, even non-alcoholic beers. Hunter says keeping the track of how many days you don't consume alcohol can help you stay on track well beyond January, and cutting back or quitting altogether can provide a number of benefits. Dry January is just one way to work on a new you this new year. Maybe you want to read more, quit smoking, and of course a popular resolution is to exercise more. Local smaller scale gyms say they see an influx of customers this time every year. At CrossFit Dig Deep in Paducah, they say they are ready for the crowds. Coach Clayton Brewer says the hardest part is just walking through the doors and starting. He says if you're looking to start going to the gym in 2025, just go. Everybody starts somewhere.
I just would not recommend going this weekend and heading into Sunday as we have that rain and snow mix, potentially some freezing rain with this as well. So heading into Monday, we'll have snow during the early morning hours and frigid air afterward for several days with lows near to single digits.
All right, Nolan, thank you so much, and thank you for watching Local 6 Midday. Happy New Year.